Welcome back to the Overruled podcast. My name is Trevor Blatnick, alongside co-host Jaden Riak, and
Who?
You.
Me?
As opposed to the other Jaden Riak here. Are there others?
I'm waving at my co-host over here, Jaden Riak. Oh no, I see him in the mirror, my bad. He's not over here. He's on your side. Yeah, the glass.
I hate my life.
We can always restart it if you don't like it, Trevor.
No, I've given up hope.
Straight clapping.
Been
my joke made it in.
40 seconds, and I've given up hope.
Oh, just kind of like your fantasy football team.
It's been a day.
Yeah, but Adam Jones scored 10 less points than he's supposed to. Let's go.
Friday, nope, that's wrong. September 6th, 2019. I knew the day, I just didn't know the month.
The month was not August.
So Friday,
I can confirm.
September 6th, 2019. Our first, I think you can technically call it the first NFL game last night.
That was football? I thought that was just high-scoring baseball. Or I guess regular scoring baseball.
The Cubs outscored the Bears, so.
I mean, there's a baseball game a couple days ago that was 11-10. Mets and Nationals.
Shut up. No, we are not.
I like how you knew it as soon as I said the score.
It took a sec, and then I'm thinking 11-10, like, oh no. Oh no.
Let's go, Mets go.
They recovered nicely and won Wednesday. They play the Phillies. I think they're at home against the Phillies tonight, which is massive, because they're behind the Phillies in the standings. Phillies just lost 2 in a row to the Reds. So I think if I had to guess, the Mets are probably like 3 games back of the Phillies, which they just need to keep pounding away, just work their way back into this thing. Although the last time I gave them specific instructions, they did the exact opposite of what I asked. I said, all you have to do is not get swept. Just take one of 2 twice and you're okay. And they got swept in both series. So I am done with trying to help out with the Mets.
They told you, though. They said, Trevor, we listened to you. That's why they didn't follow you. Because they knew you were right, so they had to do the wrong.
So this is going to be straight from NFL Films, audio from Antonio Brown's apology today. So
wow, I'm listening.
The Antonio Brown story
is a special report. Special report.
I don't even know how to talk about the Antonio Brown situation, just because it's so.
He's a wide receiver.
I don't even know how to talk about it.
I know how to.
So
You'd be me as an NFL wide receiver.
Not even, because would you have a hissy fit over your helmet?
No, but I'd meme around like he does. Although it's not a meme with him, but I'd meme around like that.
So he had a hissy fit over his helmet, and then.
Well, he had a hissy fit over that, and then he got fined, and then he got upset with the GM for fining him, and then he yelled at him and called him some cuss words and, I guess, a cracker. So
he called him something you eat.
Yeah. That's also racially offensive
apparently
to white people.
I've never been offended by being called that, so, but still, and he made an apology this morning, so apparently there is a chance he plays Monday night, and I'm just going to say this right now, that is unacceptable if they allow him to play. You do not allow your 8-year-old son to act like he did and then still get to benefit.
It's like a kid laying on the ground screaming at like a Walmart, and the parent's like, "Okay, I'll buy it for you." You just don't do that.
You don't do that.
Bad parenting.
It's a horrible precedent. Because he's Antonio Brown, you're just going to say all's forgiven. No, you need to actually act like a team. And if he's going to want to go cry on the floor, you don't allow that to happen.
It just makes you wonder what actually happened with the Steelers. Like, I know they're a good organization, so they covered up a good amount in the stories, but it makes you wonder, like, what he actually did on the Steelers.
I simultaneously don't and really do want to know, just because he's just so freaking crazy.
Well, if you remember, he threw furniture off a balcony in Pittsburgh. Yeah, you didn't hear about that? He almost got hit a kid, so he got charged. I mean, then there's also another story, like while he was with the Steelers, that he got pulled over for going like 120 down the highway, or 130. It was something really stupidly over the speed limit.
I think I heard about that.
Yeah.
Well,
then there's that big thing with
great.
Big Ben, too. I mean, just geesh. Ever since he got hit by Vontae Burfict,
Vontae Burfict, who's ironically his teammate, and diffused the situation with Mike Mayock.
Yeah. He's the one who gave him CT, so blame it on him.
Exactly. He's like, you know what? I've done enough brain damage. This is kind of my fault. He was somewhat normal in 2015. Then Vontae Burfict gave him CTE. I mean, we probably should preface by saying we have no clue what he has. I don't think you can you can't check for CTE until after they're dead, I don't think.
Yeah, because you have to cut up in their brain.
So you can show signs of CTE, but you literally can't tell until they're already dead.
Yeah.
So you see so many football players saying, cut me open when I'm dead.
Although supposedly I read something where they can test CTE, like they found a test that does while you're living. So I don't know if that actually came to fruition or if it was just like some random news story. But I heard that they could. So I don't know if that's being tried out. Because honestly, I mean, players like Antonio Brown, like you just wonder, is he really like, is it CTE at this point? Like that's scary to think. Because, I mean, you just think, like, his personality, the way he is, he's just so off the walls. Like, it's got to be something, personality, like, there's got to be something wrong. Like, it's strange. Like, there's being a diva, like Terrell Owens, I mean, Chad Ochocinco, and then there's this.
Why are the wide receivers the crazy ones? You never hear about a linebacker doing this.
It's because they don't get paid the big bucks.
But you still don't hear, like, Peyton Manning lying on the floor of a Target starting to cry or something.
Yeah, Terrell Owens doing push-ups on his driveway, trash-talking Donovan McNabb. Classic.
It's always the wide receivers. Why
or there's
are they
him
the
at
weird
the
ones?
press conference crying about his quarterback. That's my quarterback.
Jimmy Graham starts crying in his press conference. You don't.
That's my quarterback.
That doesn't happen. Although, if I was...
Well, most wide receivers, it doesn't happen. It's just a matter of, like, a select few.
Allen Robinson starts crying in the press conference. That's my quarterback.
Tyreek Hill. That's, like, my son.
Oh, no. They show a video of him, like, punching someone in the face in the middle of the game. Like, where did you learn that technique? Tyreek Hill just slowly says...
It's a family thing.
Family tradition.
Tyreek Hill, we are not trash-talking you by any means. You were fantastic on my fantasy team last year.
I am. You're a piece of crap, Tyreek Hill. And you do not deserve your extension today. Sure, you're a great player, but that's just because you're fast. You're a horrible person, and you can't throw the ball either. You threw a pick against the Broncos. And that's just funny. Any event, this is Antonio Brown apologizing to the Steelers.
As a disciplinary measure, he is going to have to issue a formal apology.
Great to
Dwight, have you prepared your statement of regret?
I have.
Let's hear it.
I state my regret.
You couldn't have memorized that?
I could not because I do not feel it.
As a
So,
Yeah.
that's
Hits
basically
it right
how
on
it
the
went
head.
down.
Yeah. Yeah, it was from
That's-
NFL memes, and it's pretty spot on. I mean, I just don't know. Like I said, I just don't know what's wrong with him. It'd be fascinating to find out. I mean, even Antonio Brown, or not Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's the one with the problem. Even Odell Beckham had a problem in New York, and then all of a sudden he's not been as bad with the Cleveland Browns.
But Odell Beckham was just weird. He wasn't like this.
Yeah. This is
Like, he was
yeah.
punching the kicking net
And then proposing to it.
Yeah,
and then
that's-
peeing in the end zone.
he was being weird.
Yeah.
He wasn't being Antonio Brown.
Well,
There's a difference.
Those
There's
are
a huge
celebrations, and
difference.
like, I don't know, that's part of the game, like in my opinion. But I mean, this is all off the field stuff. Like, I mean, personal things, like the helmet thing. That's a personal thing. Like, that's actually playing the game. I mean, to argue over a helmet, it's like, really, dude. I mean, I understand, like, throwing a fit a little bit. Like, that's my helmet, but you got to get over it.
I can't believe he filed like 2 grievances against the NFL. Like, why? It's stupid.
Well, especially a grievance to wear it one more year. It's like, dude, you might as well just get used to the helmet now.
Yeah, because then you know that he's going to do the exact same thing next year. It's 10 years old. Nothing works after 10 years. You have to get new TVs, probably in way less than 10 years. Things start to break.
Honestly, I'm surprised though they like even allowed him to, or they even have a rule.
Recently.
Yeah.
I'm not shocked that they have a rule. I'm shocked they allowed him to wear a helmet from 2009. And they say, I think the thing is that you can use it for 10 years. That's what helmets allow, I believe. But, yeah, I can't believe they even allow you to wear helmets for 10 years. Because I understand a comfort thing, but at the same time, if they're making new technology for helmets every single year, and in 2009, they still allowed you to wear... And this is what you have to think about. In 2009, they allowed you to wear multiple helmets. Mm-hmm. So was this his regular helmet, or was this his beautiful, beautiful throwback helmet that the Steelers used to wear and then killed? It's now their color rush, kind of. But they still killed it. So you kind of have to wonder, was that the good helmet, or was that the alternate helmet that probably wasn't built to the same specifications as the normal helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's nuts. He blows
He's
my
nuts.
mind. Yeah.
A grown man is acting like my little sister when she was 2. You know what 2 is called? The terrible twos. You know why it's called that? Because it's done after you're 2.
Well, it just makes me laugh. Like, even Jadeveon Clowney, like, he gets traded, and literally the only thing was a week before it was like, oh, he might get traded to Miami, and then he got traded to the Seahawks. Those were literally the only 2 stories I heard out of Texas for that. I've heard more Antonio Brown things than I heard about a trade of an all-pro guy.
Although we did hear that the Dolphins locker room would revolt if Laramie Tunsil was traded
And
for
they did it
Jadeveon
anyways.
Clowney. So
We won't trade him for Jadeveon Clowney,
but we'll trade
him for a couple first-round picks. Galaxy brain.
Yep. Who did they even trade him to?
Tunsil?
Yeah.
Oh, Texans.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. So why didn't they just go get Jadeveon Clowney
I don't know.
and then flip Jadeveon Clowney for draft picks?
Trevor, you're giving the Dolphins too much credit here.
Well, I'm not. That's the thing. I'm trying to give them credit. Like, why wouldn't they do these things to make then, you know.
I mean, I don't think it was a bad trade per se. I mean, they got a couple, I think they got 2 first-round picks a second. But, I mean, they gave up Tunsil and Kenny Stills. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what is his name? Tunsil, he's one of the best left tackles in the league or will become one of the best left tackles. I just don't see why you trade around a piece like that.
Protecting Deshaun Watson's blind spot's going to be big.
Yeah. No, that's game-changing.
Because now the Texans actually have a chance. Because their issue is always Watson was never going to have time. He's a good quarterback. He hasn't been able to show that. And I know people are... I've had arguments like, oh my God, Deshaun Watson's so good. What has he shown in the 2 years, one in which he tore his ACL and the other one he missed the playoffs, that he is a top 10 quarterback in the league? And to me...
He made the playoffs last year. But he
oh,
lost
that's right.
to the
That's
Colts.
right. It was the Titans I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
But
Marcus Mariota's a bust.
he wasn't great last year. And... it's because of the offensive line. Every time I would watch him play, he was just getting swallowed up, and he had no space. When given time, he's a good quarterback. But
that's the thing about the AFC South. They all have really bad offensive lines, and most of them have the best defensive lines in football. Are pretty close, too.
That's why...
It makes no sense, the 1-to-1 ratio. It's like Texans, worst offensive line. All the other teams in the division have a pretty good defensive line. The Colts had worst offensive line. Texans, one of the best defensive lines. It's like, can we just stop killing the quarterbacks in the AFC South? We need quarterbacks.
I mean, you already... I'm tired.
I mean, Big Dick
You already
Nick
saw
is
it
going to
once.
die.
You already saw it once with Andrew Luck having to retire. Mm-hmm. Who's next? I mean, Nick Foles is probably next up there in terms of age.
Mariota's already had problems.
He had problems coming into the NFL, and the Titans ain't helping him at all.
Yeah, I was going. Well,
Watson
even last
tore
year,
his ACL.
the big game was he was what they were like 8-7 or whatever, playing for a playoff spot with the Colts, and he couldn't play.
Yeah,
because what was it, like some nervous system problem, or I don't know, from getting hit?
Wasn't it his shoulder?
No, that was like an actual like nerve issue.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it was like I've never heard of it before, at least with a quarterback.
Let's check.
But even this year, he might get beat out by Tannehill. I don't know if I think Tannehill lost the QB battle, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, the AFC South is just a disaster.
But they still have good defenses. So go defense. Jacoby Brissett's going to be in the MVP voting, ladies and gentlemen. Because I'm right.
No.
Trevor's in shock because I've never spoken more facts.
No, I'm barely listening to you. I'm just trying to read on Mariota last year. It says he like suffered a stinger on his arm.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And he couldn't play because he could damage it more.
But a stinger, isn't that just like a nervous system thing, or what is that?
Yeah, you pinch a nerve.
Yeah, okay.
But he tested his arm, so it's like if his arm was good. I have no clue. It was just as weird as I thought it was.
Mm-hmm. But it was a nervous system thing, but I don't know what's wrong with him.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's football. Who knows?
Yeah, that was...
But he didn't play in the most important game of the season. So it tells you it was pretty bad.
Yep. I mean, it's not a good idea to, hurt yourself.
I'd advise hurting yourself is not good for any of you who are
I mean, you know what I'm talking about. It's just
I know.
don't play hurt. It's a bad idea.
Yeah. Unless your season's on the line. Then you should.
I don't think should is still the idea there, but
Ideally,
man,
you
I don't
play
know.
all.
I don't know.
Andrew, look, I still miss you. Gridiron Heights made fun of you, but I still love you.
Someone needs to get the Mets a black cat.
Have you seen the new Gridiron Heights?
No, I've never seen an episode.
Oh my gosh, the one last night was so funny, or maybe it was the night before. But there's a vending machine stuck on Andrew Luck's leg, and all the players try to help him up. And he said, "Thank you, guys." And then they look at Antonio Brown and they drop the vending machine back on Andrew Luck's leg. And he said, "It's okay, guys. I'll catch up with you later." And then he looks in the camera. Maybe it's not okay. And then he just snaps his fingers and he disappears.
I mean, I can't respect Luck any more than I do right now for quitting.
No, I mean,
he didn't quit. He took care of his body.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, quitting is such a bad word. I mean, he didn't quit. It just took a physical toll on him. I mean, you can't blame him. I mean, Ryan Grigson, I hate you forever. You're Ryan, or Chuck, what was his name? Jim Irsay's gym buddy. That's how you got the job? We got beef, Jim Irsay. Jim Irsay.
I thought you had beef with Hank.
Me and Hank still have beef. Oh, me and Tom Hanks have beef now. That's his last name.
Did we clarify that Hank is the name of the umpire that tossed you out of the game?
Maybe we should.
Do you think that people just, because you've said we have beef Hank multiple times, do people know who this Hank is, or do they think that you just hate everyone with the name Hank?
Well, I like Hank Aaron. I'll make an exception. But me and Hank, we had beef. We were in a playoff game. He did a pretty bad job umpiring, as he almost let the other team win. And me and Hank had a conversation, and I said, "Hank," and he looked at me, and I aired my grievances.
You said,
him.
Wasn't that was pretty clutch, and then you got tossed?
Oh yeah,
that was it, right?
Yeah, I said that was pretty clutch, Hank.
And that was it.
Yeah.
And then you got tossed.
I was first base coach, and I legendarily got tossed out of a rec game. So when I begin my political career, that'll be on my resume. Toss out a rec game.
That's
Passionate.
amazing. I can't believe I've never gotten. I mean, well, I can understand.
Anyone, like Ben, you, like anyone else. Dalton. Like there's so many more people who are more passionate than me about softball, and all I say is, "Wow, that was clutch, Hank." Yeah.
I think he knew he messed up too. I mean, that's the only umpires only have short fuses like that when they know either it's a absolutely because they know if they're wrong, they're gonna get absolutely destroyed for it.
Well, the only reason I knew his name was because the other team kept saying, "Oh, come on, Hank. Oh, Hank, what are you doing?" Like, they kept doing the same thing. And as soon as I think the reason was I used his first name. I think that's probably what triggered him the most. But, I mean, even saying that was clutch, okay.
None of it was bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
there are so many worse things. Because I thought you probably custom outer sport. Like, that was pretty clutch, Hank. I'm like, really? Yeah. That's what got you tossed?
Hank's a legend. Although he did let me watch the game, and technically I wasn't supposed to, so.
Yeah, I think he just didn't want. He just wanted to like set the bar.
Well, and it wasn't like I was trying to have beef with him when I was watching the game. Like I just wanted to watch you guys. Like I think if I would have made a big hissy fit, then he would have kicked me out of the whole park.
You would have climbed the backstop and tried to fall on him.
Hank, we still have beef. Hank, if I see you next year, I'm throwing a pitch at you.
Isn't there a catcher in the way?
I'll tell him to sneeze or something. At you, and
the
ball goes over the catcher. It's Hank.
You can't just sneeze on command.
Well, just let it bounce and like hit him in the foot or something.
Half the pitches hit me in the foot.
Well, just jump one of them.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, Hank, we still have beef, and you better have retired.
That's just weird. Like, I'm sorry, that's weird.
No, I'm okay with it.
I know you're okay with it.
Trevor, why did the Bears suck last night?
Because they have a terrible quarterback. Mitchell Trubisky is not good, people. They passed up on Patrick Mahomes.
Allen
and Deshaun
Robinson
Watson.
is good, though. I like
They
Allen
have
Robinson.
literally one good player on their offense. I didn't know they're going to say David Montgomery. He didn't play that last night.
Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, he only looked good because he was getting
every reception.
Slant routes or not slants, little
dink
hooks
and
out of the
dunks.
backfield. Yeah,
Tom Brady Jr. scene.
Yeah, exactly. Except they couldn't win because they didn't know how to do it right. Because at least Brady actually do slants. This was just dumping it off to the halfback, which doesn't work when that's all you can do.
It was a great 100th game or 100-year anniversary game.
They really threw it back to 1919.
Yeah, I was gonna say defense.
Or 1920, I guess.
It really mattered. Hey, the Bears threw it back too. They just couldn't win. I mean, that was the Bears' defense back in the day when they played in Wrigley. Bum, 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 bum.
Are we the monsters of the Midway? Are we sure? Because they didn't. Aaron Rodgers looked pretty awful too.
Yeah, but I feel like that had to do a lot with the Bears' pressure. I mean, whenever if he had any time, he actually made a couple good throws, Aaron Rodgers. But, I mean, they just kept sending pressure after pressure. It was ridiculous. I mean, David Bulaga, or whatever the left tackle's name is, I think it's Bulaga, he got beat up last night by Khalil Mack. I mean, there's one where Khalil Mack literally pushed him into Aaron Rodgers. It was funny to watch.
Yeah, and Khalil Mack, you didn't hear his name that much.
Yeah. Well, he was a Raiders player. That's why. Raiders are the most quiet players.
But
people forget that.
He was a Bear last year, and we heard his name like every single night. I mean, literally every night.
I think last night he still had 2 sacks.
I didn't hear much about him.
Yeah. Well, and what they tried to do there at the end is they tried to switch him along the defensive line so he could have a more favorable matchup.
Yeah, but it didn't work. I mean,
that left tackle, the Green Bay left tackle, actually did a solid job against him, honestly.
He might have gotten 2 sacks, but you didn't hear his name that much. And that's a win for the Packers.
They did a great job.
Instead of hearing, because
I know I told you that the left tackle got pushed into Aaron Rodgers, but that was about the only time where I was like, wow, Khalil Mack looked crazy. And then that first drive there, that was about it.
Yeah, I know. And it's kind of crazy to think that Khalil Mack...
Let's see. Khalil Mack had 5 tackles and you didn't have a sack? Who the heck had sacks? Oh, Leonard Floyd. Oh, I got their linebackers flipped up. Yeah, Khalil Mack didn't have a sack.
That would be why I didn't hear his name.
Yeah.
I mean,
I flipped him around. So yeah, Leonard Floyd had 2 sacks. That's who I was thinking of. Khalil Mack had none, but he had 5 tackles, which that's a pretty bad game for him. Rip.
Yeah, I mean,
Khalil Mack.
It's a thing.
But they still had 5 sacks. I mean, overall defensively, it was a pretty good night for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good night for them, but the fact that they were able to neutralize... It's just... I don't know.
What the heck? There were 41 tackles for losses last night by the Bears? That's ridiculous.
Do you know what day it is in England?
It is September 6th.
It is Nice Day.
Why? Wait, how is it then? Oh. Wait, today's the 9th or the 6th.
I know, but in England they put
it's 6/9,
month, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I just flipped it around.
Yeah. So.
How were there 81 combined tackle for losses last night?
Because both teams suck.
Trevor, that's scary. Literally in the Colts preseason game against the Bengals, both teams combined for 8.
Do you see Jokic's hair on 2K?
Yeah, Jokic looks so bad.
Man.
You gotta love when 2K gives him a really good overall and then can't get his player face right.
Yep. The face isn't as bad as the hair, if I'm being honest.
Oh man, at Old Takes Exposed. There's a poll here on Twitter. 871 people voted on it. Does Jokic have best player in the NBA type potential? And 67% said no.
Because they don't watch him play. They only see highlights, and they don't think he can do that for an entire game. He can, and he does it often.
So people still think Embiid's better than him.
Embiid is bad because his stomach sucks.
Oh.
I mean, if we're being entirely honest, that's the huge difference between Jokic and Embiid. Embiid is a better physical presence than Jokic. Jokic is way more finesse and can hit threes and stuff. But Jokic can stay on the floor and has shown that through his career, and Embiid hasn't been able to, be it foot injuries or stomach or whatever. Embiid can't play a full 82. Embiid's been in the league longer than Jokic.
Mm-hmm.
And Jokic probably has played more games.
Well, yeah, because he missed his full first season, too.
Yeah, he missed his entire first season, and then he's had stomach issues, foot issues. I'm assuming he's probably had back issues. Does that sound right?
I mean, for a big guy, sure.
I mean, it's just stuff like that, and it sucks because Joel Embiid is a great player, and it'd be cool to continue to see him perform at that level, but I just don't think he can play into his 30s with any type of physicality. I mean, he's not built like Shaq, where he's so big, it doesn't even matter how old he gets. He's going to still be dominant. He's got to maintain health.
Oh, my goodness. There's actually a lot of injuries.
That's what I thought.
Upper respiratory infection, knee, left knee soreness, load management, knee, rest, left knee, illness, rest, back, ankle, migraine, ankle, hand, back, ankle, back tightness, knee surgery.
Kind of sounds like me over fall break my senior year. Knees, back, stomach, head, everything.
Just amputate the head, get everything fixed.
Well, you wouldn't have any more pain after that, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, this is true.
But, man, Joel Embiid, that sucks.
I doubt Jokic even has one injury. I can't remember.
Jokic doesn't exist. He's just a simulation. Embiid is real. That's why he has so many injuries.
Okay, that makes sense, though.
Jokic is just a simulation.
But, I mean,
so
even when you watch Jokic play for Serbia, I mean, he's not leading the teams in points or anything, but the dishes are ridiculous. Whenever he gets the ball, it's always a perfect pass to someone.
Is he even trying to lead the team in points?
Trevor, he's not trying. If you look at the passes, they look like during Nuggets season, like you can tell he's trying really hard. Like the Portland series, if you watch him, like I was watching him this morning, he's literally so hard half-assing it, and it's amazing.
Except
and he's
the game
still
against
doing
Italy.
great.
Except the game against Italy where he got mad in the fourth quarter and just shoved that guy on the ground.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. Yeah, well, and then the first game, he looked pretty bad. The first game of the whole tournament, I don't know who they were playing. Angola. He had a couple passes that he was trying to be flashy, and he just threw them right to someone. But they were already up by like 20. They were already up by like 20 or 30, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he just had a couple turnovers. It's kind of like, oh, what are you doing, buddo? But he looks a lot better now.
What would happen if Jokic was facing Plumlee on the final series, defensive series, to win the FIBA World Cup, and it's 97-96 USA. Jokic has the ball against Plumlee.
Trevor, I couldn't watch. I'd have to turn off. I don't know. I mean, the problem is Plumlee doesn't play. Like, it's stupid, but they don't ever play Plumlee. Pisses me off. At Greg Popovich.
Aaron Baines is actually good.
Aaron Baines is good. He dropped, what, at 2010?
21-13.
Yeah, I was going to say he dropped a 2010, which is pretty good. Yeah, let's see.
That would be called the double-double.
Ooh, Russell Westbrook knows about those.
He knows about triple-doubles.
No.
Except Baines probably didn't have the stat pad to get his.
Oof, exposed. Oh, USA beat Japan. Now let's see if Plumlee played. Moment of truth. Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. I got to go overview.
2 minutes.
Yeah, they've been playing him really low, which is stupid. They might as well have just replaced him with someone else. Like, I don't get why Pop has him. I'm guessing it's because, honestly, he's a good teammate. Like, that's probably the main reason why he got there. Plumlee played 16 minutes, had 2 points.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
3 assists, 5 boards.
That's actually Plumlee numbers. Those are Plumlee numbers.
Yeah, and an efficiency of 3, the worst on the team.
How many shots did he take?
3.
That's not terrible.
So he went 1 for 3. Yeah.
Oh, does that just mean how many baskets you make, or how many?
Efficiency? I don't know exactly how they do efficiency in FIBA, but I know Nikola Jokic has a stupid efficiency of like 30, and that's leading the tournament by heads and shoulders.
Yeah, does that surprise anyone? He was always the most efficient player. Last year, he was like wasn't Plumlee for a while the leader in true plus minus or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Plumlee was ahead in something stupid. Well, he's also like really good at blocks too. Like for a while there in the NBA, he was up there for blocks as well.
It's because Plumlee's the best.
Plumlee is the best there is, there ever was, and ever will be.
No, that's not how it's the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. You can't quote Bret Hart if you don't know the full quote.
Who?
That's what that's from. It's from an old wrestler.
Who?
I told you who.
Who?
Are you actually asking?
Yeah, I don't know who you said. Bret Hart?
Bret Hart, yeah.
Okay.
An old Canadian wrestler.
Oh, Canadian. Oh, Canada.
Nope.
Jamal Murray's from Canada, so it's
And
okay.
you still don't know the national anthem.
Well, because I only see the Raptors once a year.
Oh, Canada.
And I don't go to hockey games that often, so I
No,
don't
you
get to
do
see.
not.
I saw the Winnipeg Jets.
I went against Calgary.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't we go to the game against... No, we went to the game against Vancouver. That's what it was.
Oh, that was another Canada team.
Yes, and then I went to the game against Calgary. I only went to 2 Avs games last year, which sucks, but...
We went to a lot more Nuggets games.
I could have gone to almost I could have gone to half the Avs game, and I still would have been to a lot more Nuggets games.
I was going to say, I think I went to, 42. I think it was 46 in total, because I think I missed 3 games, and then there's 8 playoff games. So it's 38 plus 8. So
I probably went
46.
to about 42-ish.
Yeah, still a lot.
40. I was right around 40 for everything.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only stretch that you missed was honestly the last couple weeks there. You missed 3 or 4.
I'm like, I'm done. I can't.
And then
do
you
this
missed
anymore.
a couple winter games because of snow and all that.
Yep.
So Pacers game.
Yeah, that is pathetic, Oakland. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, for letting Antonio Brown cry and bring him back.
Because it's official. He has been
it's official now?
unsuspended.
Wait, how do you... Wait, don't you have to file that with the NFL, though, if you
It's
suspend
a team
someone?
suspension. I don't think so.
Okay, well, I was going to laugh because, Roger Goodell, we are suspending Antonio Brown. Next day, calls up Roger Goodell. Actually, we are unsuspending him.
To me, like I already said, that is absolutely pathetic. And this isn't me as a Broncos fan. This is me as
And it's ridiculous in a one-day
You cannot
span.
throw a freaking hissy fit and get what you want. What does that tell the rest of your team? Derek Carr...
Well, Derek Carr.
Like, Derek Carr is having his receivers drop the ball, so he's throwing his helmet all over the place. He gets suspended. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean this. Okay, you're fine. No, that's not how that works. There
I
are
love the
consequences
extremes
for
it
your
went to.
actions.
And this tells you how shitty of an organization the
schizophrenic.
Raiders are. The Raiders literally went for, and the Raiders are schizophrenic too, or schizo whatever.
Entirely.
Because
really,
they went
but
from,
yeah.
we love Antonio Brown, we're backing him up with the helmet thing, to, we're going to cut you, to, oh, you're suspended, to, oh, you're done with the team, they might not play another snap with the Raiders, to, welcome back, Antonio Brown, you're playing Monday.
Yeah, and I really hope that the Broncos, like, I can't wish injury on him, but
We just hope you shut him down. No
Will
receptions,
Parks,
no catches.
You could see Will Parks just laying the lumber on him and having his helmet fall off, and everyone just starts freaking out. I really don't think Antonio Brown's going to be that effective with the Raiders. Yeah, he's a good receiver, but he wasn't even the best receiver on his team last year, and they had a good quarterback.
Well, the thing is, too, I mean, I like what Andrew Luck said when he retired. It requires an all-out commitment. And I don't think, Antonio Brown is not all-out committed right now. You're probably going to get a 25% of or 50% of an Antonio Brown you got with the Steelers. Like, he is just not going to be all there mentally.
And now you've been game planning.
Like, you got enough true talent where you could be decent, but it's not going to be a crazy game.
Exactly. And I think the Raiders should just keep him out for that reason alone. And I'm almost wondering if this might be like a gamesmanship to have the Broncos have to plan for AB and then not play him.
I didn't think about it that way.
They're not smart enough to do that.
Yeah, that's...
But that would definitely...
That's why no one's thinking about Trevor, is because that's not what the Raiders do.
Exactly. No one's bringing this up because no one's smart enough to think like this. Like, if you unsuspend him and make the Broncos plan for him and then don't play him, then you might have an advantage with some of your other receivers. But it's not like you're going from Antonio Brown to Juju Smith-Schuster here. There's a little bit of a drop-off. That's just why I don't think... This is still the Broncos game to win.
Was a head-scratcher why they even got Antonio Brown. They weren't in position to be a winning team to need Antonio Brown.
And this is why I'm terrified for the Broncos, because I really do think, after watching the game last night, they have an okay chance at starting 3-0. And especially if the Packers and Bears still are struggling. I would say the Bears more than the Packers, because the Bears overall are a better team than Green Bay.
Yeah.
So the fact that Broncos get them week 2 on the road at... I don't get fined for not saying it by its name. Mile High Stadium. That's what its name is. I'm not even calling it Invesco anymore. It's Mile High. Congrats.
I might accidentally call it Invesco.
Yeah. If I accidentally say a name, it's Invesco. If I really accidentally say a name, it's Sports Authority. But I didn't even call it Sports Authority.
Yeah, I was going to say, I always call it Mile High.
I didn't call it Broncos Stadium. I would always call it Invesco. Because that's just what I grew up with.
Yeah.
But you know what's really cool, actually, speaking on naming rights, is Coors Field is Coors Field for
forever.
life.
Yeah, Coors is forever.
Which is great, because
we
that's
can meme
recognizable.
We can meme it.
You never knew Invesco, Sports Authority.
Yeah, it wasn't like Invesco.
Empower. When it was Mile High Stadium, you knew what it was. It was imposing. It was Mile High Stadium. You were a mile high. You were going to get rocked there.
Well, and it
There
works
was the
for both
crazy
parties,
South
too. I mean,
stands.
Coors, you have the Coors meme of Coors, and like it's always going to be known as Coors. And
But
the
it's
Rockies, you have a familiar home. Like it's not going to change.
And it's a recognizable brand because Coors is from Golden. Yeah. Like, no one knew what Empower is or
yeah,
was.
I was going to say.
Or,
Well, I didn't even know what
we thought it
Invesco
was a
was, to be honest.
retirement. I still don't know what Invesco is.
I think it was one of those financial firms as well.
I think it's financial something. And Power's a retirement firm. Like, it's not a retirement house, but it's a financial firm that helps you plan towards retirement.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Although I find it way too fitting that we have a quarterback that thinks he's entering the prime of his career at 34, and we just got sponsored by a retirement firm.
John,
But
I was telling you something.
Yeah.
Hey,
Believe me.
plan for your retirement, buddo. Drew Lock time is right around the corner.
In 8 weeks.
As soon as his thumb feels better, you're gone.
Yeah. But
I don't know. Although from the game last night, honestly, I will say I like the Bears better than the Packers.
I like the
know
Packers
that sounds
more than the Bears.
Well, I know
Aaron Rodgers looked so much better than.
Well,
and that's
that was the
issue.
only thing I was going to say. If Trubisky can look at least like a little
Halfway
bit better,
competent.
I like the Bears.
If he even fake looks like an NFL quarterback, they'll be good. But he very likely won't ever look like an NFL quarterback. Just
Well, if you
'cause,
even get like a quarter of the Trubisky you got at the end of last year, he'll be really good. And the Bears will be really good.
Yeah, because the Bears have a good offense.
Well, and Allen
So
Robinson,
assuming-
the last 2 games, he had that insane playoff game, and then he had this game. Allen
That's
Robinson's
right.
pretty
Allen
legit.
Robinson was the only Bear that was trying in the wild card game.
Yeah. Well,
I
and
forgot
last night
about
he had
that.
7 receptions, 106 yards, something like that. It was a pretty good night for him.
Yeah, he was good last night. He was really good. The Bears were not. He was.
Yeah.
And like we talked about earlier, Khalil Mack was non-existent.
Well, no, I
When
mean
your
the
best-
Bears will still get like at least 9 wins. I mean,
And-
they still have to beat up on the Detroit Lions.
And the thing with the Bears is that, and any team that has they don't have another Khalil Mack. Like with the Broncos, they had a DeMarcus Ware and a Bradley Chubb and then a Shaq Barrett that you could kind of lean on. Not lean on.
Roquan Smith is getting there. He's really good.
He's getting close.
Yeah.
But the Bears don't have a player that when Khalil Mack gets shut down, you can turn to him. Because if Von Miller gets shut down, you can almost always look in the box score and see a Derek Wolfe or a Bradley Chubb or of
someone who
yesteryear,
directly-
DeMarcus Ware, Shaq Barrett getting to the quarterback.
Or even, I guess, Leonard Floyd would be close to that. But again, he's not old enough. He's not quite as good
But
as he
even
should
Bradley Chubb, a rookie last year,
be.
he was that
aged.
guy.
Yeah.
He was that guy, and that's why we were okay letting Shaq walk. And I love Shaq Barrett.
Well, the thing that
He was
shocked me about what the
local
Bears
kid.
did is they single-teamed Bulaga and Khalil Mack. Like, you never see a single team on Khalil Mack, and they were able to hold it down.
And that just shows that the Packers are going to, they're not going to face the Bears defense every night. So when they face, the Lions and Aaron Rodgers has all day to throw, they're going to be in some trouble. Because even when Rodgers, and I know Ben was freaking out after Rodgers threw a pass downfield that was a duck, and then he freeze framed it to show me on his phone going this direction. On a screen,
But he sent you the video.
on a
I don't
screen
get
that was
why he sent you
this
the
big.
video of the same video.
And then he's like slowing it down, trying to show me. He's like, "What are you talking about? If I didn't see it on the video, what makes me think that you can show it to me when you're slowing it down?"
It was a duck, but it got there. So who
I don't
cares?
think it was a duck. It was a perfect throw. Like he barely had to slow down to catch it. He caught it in stride.
I'd say. I mean, how do I say it? It wasn't his best pass. I mean,
It wasn't his best pass ever, but
it got there. Who cares?
it wasn't. I don't. To me, a duck is something that
Wobbles. Yeah.
wobbles really badly, and like
almost
is-
like a tipped pass.
A duck is something that you would think is tipped. To
Well,
me,
it seemed like for the pass type, like even his touchdown pass, it just didn't seem.
the touchdown pass was bad.
Yeah. Well, it just visually didn't
Optics-wise.
seem like even that long pass. Like I think it was in the air way too long. Like I understand you can't zip it like downfield, but it just looked like it was so in the air for a long time. Maybe it was the camera angle, but it just didn't look like one of his better
Oh yeah,
passes.
it was definitely the camera.
Oh,
angle.
the camera
It was
angles,
the-
especially in the goal line. I was like, yikes! I hate these.
They
Get these out of
said they
here.
would kind of do 50-50 with the camera angles. NBC is trying to find what works, and I don't blame them for that. But they need to cut that now because they've heard viewers say this sucks. And I don't think I saw a single viewer say, "Oh, we love this."
Yeah.
Why not go to the traditional camera angle?
Well,
That's why college is better than the NFL. They don't use any stupid camera angles. Although I will say Folsom Field, because it's so old, has the worst camera angles because they have to shoot from so high up on the Balch Fieldhouse.
Rip.
It's not. They don't shoot it on the field house because the field house itself is tiny, but like they have the press box connected to the field house, and then they have to go all the way down the roof of the. It's not good. There's always really bad angles, and because there's no sideline to shoot, the camera angles at Folsom are never good.
It never bothers me because I don't go to CU games that often.
Well, if you go to CU games, why would the camera angle bother you?
Exactly. So I don't watch them on TV.
Oh, well, I am not going to have to deal with the camera angle tomorrow.
Dre clapping gif.
Yeah, the Buffaloes play number 25 Nebraska, who looked like horse crap last week.
Jake Frost, right? That's their
Scott
coach.
Frost.
Scott Frost. That's right. Frosty scene.
I could see Nebraska winning, but it isn't going to be like what they think it will be. I really believe if
Trevor,
Nebraska
they barely beat
wins,
the team last week.
They barely beat South Alabama, and they outscored their offense with their defense and special teams.
I don't even know how they're still ranked after a game like that, honestly.
Look at the rest of the top 25. No one looked good.
Oh, that's true.
Oregon looked, Oregon. And then, I mean, they say Auburn deserves the number 10 ranking. No, they don't. They had a quarterback complete less than 50% of their passes. Their defense was good. I'll give them their defense, but their defense still wasn't spectacular. They were good in the second half. I'll give them that.
Oh, LSU is going to beat down in Texas.
I hope so. Texas is...
every year overrated.
Horns down. Horns down.
Who?
Go Tigers. I want LSU so bad. I mean, I like LSU and I hate Texas. It's like the perfect combo. So
Ben likes Texas.
That's not the reason I hate Texas.
No, I know. I was just adding fuel to the fire.
When I get home Saturday night. Jaden, stop being weird.
I was echoing you.
Oh.
Let's go.
I just noticed that there's a thing to videotape with your phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I can watch college football.
Does mine have that? Nope.
No.
Ooh. Oh, Trevor, reminder. I think next week you're without me.
We can... When's your training?
I think it's next week. Well, it's from 9 to 12. I mean, we could do it like 12 to 1 or something.
Yeah, let's just do that. That's what we did.
Okay, cool. Then next week, ladies and gentle people, we are 12 to 1. Yeah. I can't assume their gender.
Well, you just did.
I said gentle people.
Oh, whatever. I don't care.
Go gentle people. At Gentle Giants.
Just looking back through my yearbook last night, you were so... I don't even know how to describe it. Oh, my God.
Me?
Yes, you.
White?
Yeah. That picture at math counts. Because I remember my sister...
because I didn't have the shirt.
My sister had a gymnastics meet. Were you in math counts?
Yeah, kind of.
You must have replaced me that day because my sister had a gymnastics meet, and my dad was driving me back, and he looked at me and said, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "No," and he said, "Good," because I didn't want to go either. So
I didn't want to go, but I guess I kind of went because I was told to go.
It was horrible. I remember there were too many people to be in math counts.
Honestly, the only reason I was in math counts, like after like the first month or two, was just for the donuts.
There were donuts, and we played on our computers like every time.
We played cool math games.
Yep. That was great.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was actually invited to be in math counts. That shocks me.
You were invited?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she invited me too, but I have no clue. I was with what's his name? But I had class. Well, no, with Chris. That's who it was in our class. I think you were at the same math table as me, right?
Chris who?
I don't know what Chris it was, Trevor.
Apparently, I blocked out all memory because two of what would become
I was going to say, it's so funny, but I relate so much with that. I look through the yearbook, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I remember these people, but it's not like I would have known had I looked through my yearbook.
I remember almost like every other class. I specifically remember in vivid detail all of the other classes. No, math counts is like way over my head. Like, nuh-uh, none of it. None of it. I had no clue you were in it. Nicole Chantel, no clue they were in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was funny to find out.
Andrew Holmes. I remember those two guys. But I never remembered anything
I didn't even know
else.
you were in it, to be honest.
I didn't know you were in it.
Yeah.
What's funny is we were friends then.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we were pretty good friends.
So we must have just blocked out 7th grade, which
the only classes I remember
honest,
for the most part is Mr. Morell's class. Mr. Morell was scary, and it was amazing.
I remember,
I remember the science teacher's class because that was with me, Hope, and Tyson Ayagi, which that was a legendary class. That one was funny.
I remember my PE class because I don't remember if it was that year or the next year when I was walking with my friends and I had my head down for some reason, or I was talking to them and I almost ran into a pole.
Really?
Although I was looking through my 7th grade year, like I said, I was looking through that yearbook and I saw a kid in a Mellow Knicks jersey, so it had to be Owen.
Yeah.
Who else would be wearing a Mellow Knicks jersey?
Yeah.
Like the year after he went
got
to
traded.
New York.
Yeah.
And it was the year after. He was traded in 6th grade, I think, for me. It was either 5th or 6th. Either way, it was
Not
like a
so
year and a
crazy going
half.
through that yearbook and looking at the back, like all the things in like the world history that happened to you. Look, and
I
you're
don't
like,
like
really?
any of that.
I know it's.
I didn't
crazy.
like 8th grade much either, if I'm being entirely honest. 7th grade had the Ravens, and then 8th grade had the Super Bowl that shall not be named.
Oof.
Because my science teacher, I think she was a Seahawks fan.
You just.
I mean,
need to
she
hear
wasn't
it.
like a huge Seahawks fan, but that hurt my soul because I remember the week before the Super Bowl, I got really sick, so I missed 2 days, or I went home early and missed a day, and then I came back the Friday before, and so I was like highlight orange.
Really.
Oh, well, yeah.
Highlighter.
Orange shorts, orange jersey,
Color rush,
orange long
Trevor.
sleeve shirt. Yeah, I was wearing all orange.
Everyone from the Met Media.
Yeah, I
is
saw
walking by.
Brendan.
Yeah, that's who I saw.
Yeah, so all orange, everything, and
I can hear him laughing.
it was. I'm like, yeah, that was. It didn't end well. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, my yearbook, everyone signed it with meow. I love cats. I hate cats. Meow, meow, meow.
It's also
meow.
funny to look to see how people just like signed yearbooks and said, "Have a great summer," and then you get to high school and people are writing freaking essays.
Really?
8th grade is the year that people started to like actually write messages. Because I remember in like elementary school, you just sign your name, and then 7th
I was gonna
grade,
say I only got one.
you just
real
signed your
message.
name.
On my 7th grade one. It was keep Sylvester safe and like continue meowing, and it was from Hope.
Did she spell Sylvester right though?
I don't know.
Because you spell it wrong.
I don't care how I spell Sylvester. Sylvester's a G. Rest in
I
peace,
was really
Sylvester.
worried where you were going with that. So you're like, I don't care how I spell it. Sylvester's dead. I'm like, whoa, whoa! I thought you were going to take that a little too far.
Sylvester's dead, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, wow.
Wow.
I was highly concerned that it would be going like that, but you know what? Hey, it do be like that sometimes.
Mm-hmm. He meowed.
Yeah, it is. He was a cat.
My dog goes woof.
I do think we need. I don't know if we talked about this. I'm certain we talked about it a little bit, but Comcast, Dish, and DirecTV
Yeah,
are
we
all
talked
fighting
about that last time.
with altitude.
Yeah.
and it's now in effect. So
got beef.
it doesn't really matter for the Avs and Nuggets right now, but the Rapids,
Rest in peace,
which in
Rapids.
most cases is good.
Because we don't want to see them.
Exactly, we don't want to watch the Rapids.
Does the blackout still affect, like, if you watch them on ESPN+?
Yes, because it's still a blackout, and that's the issue with games that AT&T Sportsnet doesn't televise because they freaking suck. AT&T Sportsnet, let me just get this out of the way, is the absolute worst television broadcasting baseball station. And the reason is because they say never miss a moment, and then right next to it says 150 games a year. I think they miss the most games per year of any team.
That's pretty bad.
And that's awful in today's day and age, and this day and age, that you can miss 12 games. And I know there's a lot of games in baseball.
Yeah.
And YouTube if I'm being entirely honest, the Rockies probably have very, very, very few untelevised games, combining YouTube and then the FS1 broadcasts
And the Facebook
stuff.
Live ones, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we did. I don't know if Facebook Live. I don't think that's a thing this year. They moved it to YouTube, which
Yeah.
is good because you
Yeah, I
don't
saw
need.
what was it, the Mets and Nationals game yesterday? Or what? No, it
It
was
was
Tampa Bay and
Wednesday.
Orioles.
It was Tampa Bay. No, it was Tampa Bay, Toronto yesterday on
that's right,
YouTube.
yeah.
Wednesday it was Washington versus New York on YouTube, and I think YouTube is actually really cool because anyone can watch YouTube. But if
Yeah, I
you
was
don't have a
gonna say,
Facebook, you couldn't watch those.
I
games.
never liked it on Facebook because I never look at Facebook. YouTube I actually use.
And YouTube is actually.
And it seems like the perfect place for a video to be.
And I know sometimes the MLS and baseball too would broadcast games on Twitter,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
and that's cool. I love that because
What's the NFL changing their Thursday to? I know it was on
I think it's Yahoo, right?
Yahoo? Okay.
It might still be on Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah, I
You
was
can
gonna
still
say-
watch it on TV, but it's like simulcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not only on Twitter.
Well, because
We are
so,
live from Everbank Field in
Twitter.com.
Jacksonville, Florida, for the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Week 16, Thursday Night Football, live on Twitter.
Let's see some live tweets here. We got Nathan who says, "Go Andrew Luck." Wow, Nathan's not up with the news here.
Live.
And then we got Barry McCockner. I don't know what he'd say, but he'd say something funny.
He'd say, "Oh,
Jacoby Brissett would not date my daughter."
I would let Andrew Luck date my daughter, not Jacoby Brissett. That's what he
Chad
would say.
Kelly could date my daughter.
Yes, yes. What's terrible is that all of these things are true. This is what they would say in their tweets.
Yeah.
And I know that because they have said these before.
Very true, especially Barry.
Especially Nathan.
I don't know what Nathan would say.
He would spell Andrew Luck wrong and say, "Why isn't he playing?" What would Godich say? Godich would either be extremely serious or try to troll, and I really don't know which.
Yeah. He'd be like, "Go TY, you're on my fantasy."
We have beef for only 2K. Okay, well, you know.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that. Ronnie 2K is the guy who runs 2K.
Why doesn't my phone have Wi-Fi? Is my phone just breaking?
Yeah, I have Wi-Fi.
I had Wi-Fi. Oh, no, I have Wi-Fi. Yeah, my phone it doesn't have much left. I mean, literally, I'm getting a new one Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm getting a new phone here, too, because I'm kind of color disoriented on my phone. It goes from blue background to red background. It's very scary.
Yeah, my phone is just kind of falling apart. Football, more like flag ball. Oh, that's what he would say. That is 100% what Nathan would say.
Who would Nathan say? Who?
Football, more like flag ball.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's so bad, it's funny. And that's what...
My joke's
You
not.
can't have a... Ben said watch him tear his ACL.
Antonio Brown?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Gruden has a problem with Khalil Mack, but he's fine with what he's getting from AB. Exactly.
Yep.
That's... Oh, here's 3-year Letterman, and this is true. Well, I mean, the base of it is true. Gruden just lost all credit for condoning insubordination. One of my youth football players once questioned my play calls, and I got his dad's auto repair business shut down the next week by accusing him of running a chop shop. Not true. Show some integrity, John. The play call in question produced a fumble that was returned for a touchdown, but that's neither here nor there.
Sounds about right. John Gruden has chosen to hand Antonio Brown an even worse punishment than getting suspended and making him play week 1 for the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly true. Oh, there's a nationwide shortage of White Claw. Let's go.
Yeah, I saw that. I just scrolled past that one, too.
Sorry, Dad, you're in trouble. Oh, you...
From
I know.
Chris Spears.
I know why you... Yeah, you kind of... You were really creepy. You kind of stalked him for a little bit.
But now he's following me, so now I'm legally allowed to stalk him.
Because he knows that you're my friend. And that's why he followed back, I think, Ben, right?
No, he followed Kyle, not Ben.
Oh.
Because he said Mountain Dew Point.
That's right.
Legend.
So, Chris, I'm doing the do.
Chris, I'm doing the do. Yeah, he followed me, which was so funny. I love weather, Trevor. People don't know that.
I actually love weather, which is why I was up when I couldn't sleep.
I like snow. I like rain.
Wednesday.
And I like the sun.
Wednesday night. It actually might be raining. Actually,
yeah, I was going to say it rained this morning.
I know. I kept getting notifications it was raining. No, but I was checking because I have a friend from
South Carolina.
Yeah, Madeline. Maddie's the name of my preface. I do not have
Mrs. Black.
Not to my sisters and said, I have good baby names. He's like, no, you don't. I'm like, yes, I do. Emma and Maddie. He's like, oh, I thought you meant aloe vera. I'm like, oh, I totally forgot. That's my third born.
Yeah, I remember when you told me aloe vera.
Actually, I still have that in my notes. Aloe vera will be the name of my child.
I'll just let my wife name it. I don't care.
I actually do care. I don't care about much, but I care about my babies' names, assuming they're daughters.
Like, my middle name's pretty cool. Jessup, like, to me, that's rocking. Like, I don't care. It's like...
Anyways...
oh, that's not my middle name. It's actually aloe vera.
I couldn't... Yeah.
Jaden aloe vera Rioch.
Maddie aloe vera Blatnick. Why is her middle name Aloe Vera? Because I love aloe vera. Your mother got to name you.
Jaden Nippy hustles Rioc.
I'm just, you know those memes, right? Dad, why is my sister's name Rose? Because your mother loves roses. Oh, thank you. Oh, that makes sense. No problem. And then it's some hilarious name like, no problem. 2015 Denver Broncos defense.
It's accurate though.
Exactly. I do love the 2015 Denver Broncos defense.
So it only makes sense that you treat it with love.
Exactly.
See, that's how you stop child abuse.
What was the original thing we were talking about? Oh, no, we did like doing the do and with Kyle. Oh, no, the hurricanes. That's right.
Yeah,
and you said
weathers.
Maddie instead of Madeline. But I checked Hurricane Dorian, and I don't know if it got back up to a 3 or if it was a high end 2. My app said 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I read 3.
When it was going through Charleston. And the good news is it was offshore far enough.
Where it'd just be storm surge.
The eye wall didn't hit it. Because if the eye wall hit it, that's when you would get like 100, probably 110, 120 mile an hour wind.
You mean eyelids, stupid?
No. And that would not be good.
Because my eye wall is fine.
The eye wall is where you get the strongest wind. And another good news is, I mean, what this Katrina hit.
My cousin, he did whatever and I paid $60 and I just wanted to know how it feel. And I said,
that is literally the worst reason I've ever heard.
That is the worst reason I ever heard too. And I said, that is the strangest thing I ever heard. And he said, I was like, well, did it hurt? And he said, yes. And I'm like, so you paid $60 just to know how it felt to Nippy Hustle's peers? So I figured
Why did we need to know?
Family news with Jade.
My little sister plays defense and she's a forward, and one's playing, I think, forward or wing, and she's a defender. I am extremely confused right now, but hey, it seems to be working, so you know what? Try to figure it out. Transamerica.
It's Mexico.
Actually, to be entirely, they need to win.
Who, USA?
Yes.
Well, that's not how this works.
I know it's not how this works, but they need to win. Like, this is huge for them.
They won't.
I think they might, because they got Serginho Dest, I believe.
No clue.
He can pick either Holland or the United States, and he's playing with the United States now. So we need to use him and actually get him to commit to the United States.
That's true, because you can switch. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
we
weird.
cannot let him go to Holland. We need all the young talent we can get. That's how we're going to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. And I was actually checking. Someone was complaining about the World Cup being in Qatar. Or Qatar.
Qatar.
Qatar is a brand of something. And
oh, maybe you're saying it right.
I don't think I am. I honestly have no clue.
Okay.
But
I'll look it up.
It might be Qatar Airlines. Qatar is the country. It's one of the two. But in the winter, when it's going to be held, it's only 70. So that's not bad at all. Because the Women's World Cup in France, the championship game, I think it was 88 or something. Yeah. And that's hot because it's humid. It's right on the coast, France is.
Yeah, you can say it either way. It is generally accepted to pronounce Qatar as Qatar or Qatar. Either are.
I got both.
The most authentic version of pronouncing Qatar is Qatar. So
Qatar.
With the right emphasis, I don't know, with the right emphasis inflection. Don't know what that means.
Qatar.
But Qatar.
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 Yeah, there you go. Qatar.
Qatar.
So it's like a baseball pitch.
The Qatar is my favorite pitch.
Yeah. My favorite country also, Qatar.
The Qatar. What's Mariano Rivera's favorite country? The Qatar.
The Qatar.
Okay.
He's going to go. Qatar.
What's your favorite song right now, Jaden?
Right now?
You could say the Gary song.
Sure, we'll play Gary. That sounds good to me. Nathan came back, though, so I'm not as sad.
I don't remember. This song is like actually sad. Of course, this is called Gary's Song from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, is this what we're leaving on?
No.
Oh.
No. We're getting close to wrapping it up, but I'll play. I honestly don't have a favorite song right now. I don't even know.
Enemies by Post Malone is pretty good. His new album that came out last night.
I'll have to listen to that. I haven't heard it yet.
Tic Tac Toe is pretty good by Meek Mill, but has a lot of bad words too. Feel like music to me. Please come home, 'cause I miss you, Gary.
While I'm searching for my song,
Gary, come home.
You should probably give background on Nathan leaving.
Gary, come home.
That is scarily accurate. So you should probably give like background on Nathan and how he left for a while. And how
Ladies
this was
and
like
gentlemen,
our official song for him.
Nathan left us for 7 days. So every night at 1 a.m. he says, Nathan is my best friend. But he's a Twitter account, WarriorKD35, and Warrior with 1R. He left for 7 days. 7. It was painful. He always tweets the funniest tweets, and I even bought his merch. It says art with a period, and it's his hand-drawn image of his greatest experience ever. But he left for a week, and during that week, everyone panicked, as he always does. At 1 a.m., he says, real Draymond hours, and you have to like it. And it's a picture of Draymond going...
On the bench, yeah.
If you don't know what it looks like, just look up Draymond Green, and it's him in like a yellow shirt, golden shirt, something like that.
And it's him getting blasted by Oklahoma City, right?
Yeah, and his mouth is like wide open on the bench, like, huh? So, but thank God our legend came back, and I did not have to send any of the Gary memes. But this was our song while he was gone. It was scary times. And then Mango Chicken was the one who kept up real Draymond hours while he was gone. Thank you.
Oh, this is my favorite song right now. That's right. It's called Rock House. It's an old,
My nose itches.
Huh?
I said my nose itches, and I itched my nose.
Okay, so this is Rock House. This is my song right now. Actually, that's actually a cool idea. I think we should do that. Play our song of the week before we end each show.
Okay.
Because that's actually cool.
That's true. I'll have to come up with a song every day. Doesn't matter if it has cuss words.
No, I don't care. As
Okay.
long as I don't say them, I don't care.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure, because some of the songs that I would want to play are a bit edgy.
I was thinking about no role models. That would probably... no role
No role models, and I'm here right now.
No role models is probably my second right now.
I love that song.
But yeah, this is Rock House by 5 Alarm Music. This might be my walk-up next summer for softball, if we do music.
A big iron on his hip.
Big Iron. We went through Big Iron a while ago.
I know.
No, Rock House is just kind of... It's chill, kind of.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good
Vibs.
Vibs.
Oh, the Vibs had their final homestand this weekend.
Did they lose to the Rockies last night?
I don't know. But they had their final homestand.
Yeah, they were facing the Grand Junction Rockies.
I don't know what I'm going to do with my free s'more coupons for a while. I have like 5 just laying in my room.
They lost 7-2. The Rockies did. So the
Are
Vibs,
they in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they clinched Tuesday night.
I don't even know how you can have a playoffs with like 6 teams.
Well, you know.
Baseball.
Because they don't play each other. It's like a... I don't even know.
Oh, do they play another, like, rookie ball or whatever?
They play. It's like the Northwest League or something. No, it's not the Northwest League. It's the Pioneer League, and I think they play the first half.
Do they play
Pioneer
the Modesto Nuts?
No, that's two different leagues there. Two different leagues.
I was having a dream that the Vibes would play, or the Vibs would play the Nuts. That would be the greatest game recorded. Because Preston has a Modesto Nuts hat. Oh my God, we have to go. You guys, I can't meme any longer.
You meme during
Almost
the song.
Heaven.
So next week we'll be coming to you. Carolina Panther.
He's a Panther.
Timing doesn't really matter for y'all. It'll just be an hour later, just like kind of what we did with
We don't
summer.
live stream it.
We do not. Although we probably should.
Who?
Because it'd be so much easier to upload to YouTube.
Big facts. But also we couldn't edit it if I said anything rude.
Yeah, we don't do that anyways.
Who knows? I could.
It's possible.
Country road.
So for Jaden Rioch, I'm Trevor Blatnick. Better Red Than Dead. Huck the Fuskers. Go Buffs. We'll see you next week.
I belong. Go Vibs. They're going to win. Let's go. I don't have any good memes anymore, Trevor. Draymond Green's the greatest defender of all time. Jacoby Brissett's going to be an MVP candidate. Colts are winning the division, and the Saints aren't making the playoffs. Done.